Ladies and gentlemen, life is an unpredictable journey. Along the way, we encounter people who become a part of our story, and some of them stay with us for years, while others come and go without warning. But it's in these moments of unexpected departure, when someone forgets you, that we truly learn the most about ourselves. The sting of being forgotten, of being left behind, is something we all experience at some point in our lives. It's painful, it's frustrating, and it's confusing. But here's the truth that might seem difficult to accept at first. Being forgotten is not a reflection of your worth. See, when someone forgets you, when they no longer choose to be a part of your life, it doesn't define you. Their decision says more about their journey, their growth, or perhaps their own struggles than it ever will about you. And while it might feel like your world is crumbling in that moment, the reality is far from it. In fact, it's in these very moments that you hold the power to transform your life. The truth is, we cannot control who stays and who leaves. People come into our lives for different reasons and at different times. Some will be with us for a season and others for a lifetime. But the ones who forget us, the ones who leave without looking back, they are not the ones who determine our value. They are simply part of a larger story, one that includes both the people who stay and the ones who fade away. Now, I want you to understand something profound. Letting go of those who forget you is one of the most empowering acts you can take. It's an act of self-love, of honoring your own worth. Yes, it's painful. Yes, it may feel like you're losing something precious, but in truth, you are gaining so much more. You are creating space for something better, for people who will value you, for opportunities that will nurture your growth, and for a life filled with peace and fulfillment. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that our worth is defined by the people around us, by their affection, attention, and validation, but your worth is not something that can be taken away by the actions of others. It's something that is within you, unshakable and eternal. And when you realize this, when you truly embrace it, you free yourself from the pain of being forgotten. You no longer depend on others to define you. It's like you stop defining yourself. So, in these moments of hardship, of being left behind, remember this: you are not forgotten. You are simply making space for new beginnings. Letting go isn't about forgetting the people who once meant something to you. It's about choosing peace, growth, and a future where you stand tall and confident, knowing that you are enough. The truth is, you are worthy, you are valuable, and no matter who forgets you, your worth will always remain. The power of letting go. In life, there are people who come and go. Some will stay with us for a lifetime, offering support, love, and loyalty, while others will walk out of our lives when we least expect it. It's one of the toughest truths we have to accept. Some people forget us, and sometimes they do it without warning or explanation. But the most important lesson we can learn from these experiences is that letting go is a powerful act of self-liberation. When someone forgets you, it can feel like a punch to the gut. It's as if all the moments you shared, all the energy you invested suddenly don't matter to that person anymore. And that hurts. You might question your own worth, wondering why they've moved on without a second thought. The truth is, their forgetting you doesn't diminish your value. Their decision to leave, to forget, says more about them than it does about you. And here's the secret: you don't need their validation to be great. Letting go of people who forget us is not an act of weakness. It's a sign of strength. Holding on to people who are no longer willing to stay in your life can drain you, and it prevents you from embracing the future that's waiting for you. The key to moving forward is recognizing that people come into our lives for different reasons and at different times. Some people are meant to be there for a season, not forever. When they leave, it might feel like a door has closed, but in reality, that door closing often opens up a new one, a door that leads to new experiences, new relationships, and a new chapter of your life. This is where the power of letting go comes in. It's about accepting that not everyone is meant to walk with you on the journey of life. And that's perfectly okay. People change, and so do relationships. What once felt permanent might fade away with time. But this isn't the end of your story. It's simply the end of a chapter that needed to close in order for a new one to begin. Think of it this way: when you let go of someone who forgets you, you are making space in your life for new energy, for people who will see your worth and cherish you for who you are. Every time you release someone who no longer belongs in your life, you're making room for better things to come your way. This is not a loss. It's a redirection towards something more aligned with your true purpose. Letting go also means choosing peace over pain. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's painful. But it's also necessary for your growth. You deserve to be surrounded by people who appreciate your presence, your love, your time. Don't waste your energy on people who forget you or take you for granted. You are not meant to chase people who are not willing to stay with you. The real power comes in choosing not to chase after anyone who doesn't see your value. When you release those who forget you, you free yourself from the emotional burden they've left behind. It's like decluttering your life. The more you hold on to people who don't belong, the more space you take up in your heart for resentment and hurt. Letting go, on the other hand, creates space for healing, for peace, and for the kind of people who will truly value you. Embracing your worth. It's easy to start questioning your own worth when someone forgets you, especially when that person once held a significant place in your life. You might wonder if you weren't enough, if you did something wrong, or if there was something about you that made them walk away. But here's the truth. Someone forgetting you is not a reflection of your value. It's simply a reflection of their actions, their choices, and their perspective. When someone decides to forget you, it has nothing to do with your worth as a person. Your worth is not determined by the attention or affection of others. Your value comes from within, from the way you carry yourself, the way you treat others, and the way you show up in the world. Don't allow someone's forgetfulness to distort the truth about who you are and what you bring to the table. Remember, you are inherently valuable, regardless of anyone else's opinions or actions. Your life is not defined by those who come and go. Instead, it is shaped by how you view yourself, how you love yourself, and how you continue to grow and evolve in the face of challenges. Embracing your worth means accepting that you don't need external validation to feel complete or loved. You are whole just as you are. It's natural to feel hurt when someone you care about forgets you, but rather than internalizing that pain, use it as an opportunity to reconnect with yourself. This is a chance for you to rediscover your strengths, your passions, and your goals. When you stop depending on others to validate your worth, you open the door to a more authentic and fulfilling life. It's about cultivating the belief that you don't need anyone to stay in your life for you to be whole. You're enough on your own. Think about the times when you've stood up for yourself, when you've accomplished something difficult, or when you've been there for others despite your own struggles. Those are the moments that define your worth. Your value is not tied to someone else's presence or absence. It is rooted in your resilience, your courage, and your ability to rise above adversity. When you embrace your worth, you stop chasing people who don't recognize it. Instead, you start attracting those who see and appreciate you for exactly who you are. True worth doesn't have to be earned, it's something you embody. The more you understand and embrace your own value, the less you will tolerate people who don't honor that value. And the more you protect your energy, the more you'll create space for people who will value you in the way you deserve. Moreover, embracing your worth means setting boundaries. It means saying no to people who continuously forget you, who take your presence for granted, or who don't bring positivity into your life. It's not selfish, it's self-respect. Your time, your energy, and your love are precious. When you embrace your worth, you learn to protect these resources from those who are not willing to give back what you give. Never forget, your worth is not something that can be taken away. It is an internal truth that no one's forgetfulness can diminish. When you truly embrace your worth, you walk through life with confidence, grace, and an unwavering belief that you deserve the best. Whether it's love, friendship, or success, the power of letting go. Letting go is one of the hardest things we are asked to do in life, especially when we feel abandoned or forgotten by someone we once held dear. It's natural to want to hold on, to fight for the connection that once seemed unbreakable. But there's a powerful truth in letting go. By releasing what no longer serves you, you create space for something better to come into your life. Letting go doesn't mean you forget the past or erase the memories. It means you stop allowing those memories to control your present and future. When you cling to the idea of someone who has forgotten you, you are essentially giving them power over your happiness, your peace, and your life. True strength comes from the ability to release what is holding you back and reclaim that power for yourself. Think about it. When you're holding on to something that is no longer meant for you, you are limiting your ability to grow and evolve. You're stuck in a chapter that has already closed. The moment you decide to let go, you open the door to new opportunities, new connections, and a new version of yourself. Letting go is not an act of defeat, it's an act of liberation. It's about freeing yourself from the past so you can walk boldly into the future. One of the most important things to understand about letting go is that it's not about cutting people out of your life with anger or resentment. It's about choosing peace over pain. It's about recognizing that the person who forgot you is on their own journey, and it's okay to release them from your emotional grip. Holding on to anger, hurt, or regret only keeps you trapped in a cycle of negativity. It prevents you from healing and moving forward. Letting go is a conscious choice, a decision to stop allowing someone's absence to dictate your worth, your happiness, or your peace of mind. When you let go, you give yourself permission to heal, to grow, and to evolve. You no longer have to live in the shadow of someone else's actions. You step into the light of your own truth and your own potential. Remember that people who forget you are often doing so because they are caught up in their own struggles and lives. It's not a reflection of your character or your ability to love and be loved. Sometimes people drift apart, and that's a natural part of life, but it doesn't diminish who you are or what you have to offer. By letting go, you stop waiting for someone to return and start giving yourself the love, validation, and attention you deserve. Letting go also means forgiving not just the other person, but yourself as well. You might feel betrayed, hurt, or angry, but carrying these emotions only weighs you down. Forgiveness isn't about excusing someone's behavior. It's about releasing yourself from the burden of those negative emotions. It's about choosing to no longer let someone else's actions control your inner peace. Finally, letting go allows you to reclaim your power and your happiness. When you no longer feel the need to chase after someone who has forgotten you, you become free to chase your own dreams. You can focus on what truly matters to you, on building the life you deserve, and on surrounding yourself with people who will never forget you, people who will choose to love, appreciate, and support you every step of the way. Embrace your worth and move forward. Now that you've let go of what was holding you back, it's time to embrace your worth and step confidently into the future. Letting go of those who forget you is not just about freeing yourself from emotional baggage. It's about reclaiming your power, your identity, and your sense of self-worth. When you've been overlooked or abandoned by someone you cared about, it's easy to internalize that rejection. You might begin to doubt your own value, question your ability to form lasting connections, or feel unworthy of love and attention. But here's the truth. No one has the right to define your worth except you. Your value is not determined by anyone's ability to remember you or appreciate you. It's intrinsic, woven into the very fabric of who you are. You are worthy simply because you exist, because of the unique qualities that make you who you are. The people who forget you are not a reflection of your value. They are merely individuals who were unable to recognize the treasure you bring to the world. And that's okay. Their loss does not diminish your brilliance. Embracing your worth begins with acknowledging your strengths, your talents, your experiences, and your journey. You've weathered challenges, faced adversity, and come out stronger. Every step of your journey, no matter how difficult, has shaped you into the incredible person you are today. You are not defined by the people who leave your life, but by the resilience, strength, and wisdom you gain along the way. Moving forward means no longer holding on to the idea that you need validation from others. You don't need someone else to tell you that you're enough. You already are. The right people will recognize your worth, and you won't have to chase after them. When you stop seeking external validation, you empower yourself to live authentically and unapologetically. You stop waiting for others to choose you, and you choose yourself first. You invest in your growth, your happiness, and your well-being, because you are worthy of it. As you move forward, it's important to cultivate self-love and self-compassion. Learn to give yourself the same kindness, respect, and patience you give others. You are your own biggest supporter, and you have the power to create the life you desire. By nurturing your own relationship with yourself, You will attract people who will love and appreciate you for exactly who you are. So when you embrace your worth, you begin to notice the opportunities and possibilities that were always within your reach. You no longer waste energy on people who forget you, and instead you channel that energy into things that bring you joy, fulfillment, and success. You pursue your passions, set new goals, and take bold steps towards the life you want. That it's in your career, relationships, or personal development. You move forward with confidence, knowing that you are enough and that you deserve all the good that is coming your way. Finally, remember that moving forward is not about forgetting the people who left, but about not letting their absence hold you hostage. You acknowledge the past, but you no longer let it control your future. You choose to embrace the present moment, to learn from your experiences and to grow into the best version of yourself. The future is yours to create, and it starts with you believing in your worth and moving forward with courage, strength, and grace. As we wrap up today's message, let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've discussed. Life, in all its unpredictability, brings people into our paths, and while some stay, others drift away. The pain of being forgotten by someone you once cared about is real, but it is not a reflection of your worth. In these moments of loss, there lies an incredible opportunity for growth, self-love, and transformation. Letting go of those who forget you is not a sign of weakness, but of profound strength. When we release people who no longer value us, we are making room for people who will see our true worth and will walk alongside us as we continue to grow. It's a choice to stop living in the shadows of someone else's actions and to step into the light of your own potential. Remember, your worth is not determined by others, and it can never be taken away. It's an intrinsic part of who you are, unshakable and eternal. No matter who forgets you, your value remains constant. You are enough. You have always been enough. As you embrace your worth, I want you to remember that being forgotten is merely a moment in time, one that does not define your future. It's simply a redirection. You are not defined by who walks out of your life, but by how you continue to walk through it. You are the author of your story, and you have the power to write the next chapter with confidence, clarity, and purpose. So, as you move forward, let go of what no longer serves you. Let go of those who forget you and make space for the people, opportunities, and experiences that will uplift you. Recognize that your journey is yours alone to shape, and the right people will enter your life when the time is right. Stand tall, walk with purpose, and remember, you are worthy, you are valuable, and no one can take that from you. Keep your head high, your heart strong, and know that the best is yet to come. Thank you for being here today. Stay empowered, keep moving forward, and never forget your own incredible worth. Ending lines. Let go of what's holding you back. Embrace the beautiful journey ahead, and trust that everything you need is already within you. Stay true to yourself, and never forget, you are enough.